Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with the next update for my deck of panning. This project was created by Emilynmax here on YouTube. I will have her link down below as always, as well as the collaborator playlist. Also make sure to check out Emily's channel and give her some extra love because I know she's been having a hard time recently. She had her whole basement flooded and she's struggling with that. So yeah, go and show her some love. But I'm going to jump into this video, but before I do so, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So I'm not going to cover any of the rules in this video. I have covered them so many times, and Emily also have them covered on her channel in her introduction video. So go check out that again if you want to know more of the rules. But I'm assuming most of you guys who's watching this already know the rules. So I'm going to jump in straight to it. So the first product that I have is something that I rolled in for your birthstone. And I'm born in November, so my birthstone is citrine. So I rolled in an eyeshadow from Cleona, which is this beautiful, like yellowy, greenish, kind of sandy yellow eyeshadow. It's up here. And I just rolled this one in with a usage goal of 15 because I didn't want to pan on it. It was quite brand new. I just wanted to get some more use out of it. I don't know if I said already, but it's the shade Embellishment, which is one of their glitter multichromes. So again, that is where it was last month. It had been in for 2 months. So I had 11 uses on it then. And this is where this eyeshadow is today. As you can see, it's a perfect eyeshadow for the shade Citrine, or like for the Citrine Birthstone. I feel like it's perfectly represents that. So I had 4 additional uses on it before I could hit my goal, and I'm happy to say that I have reached that goal. I'm wearing this for the last time today. It's like underneath here in my look. I wanted to go for a yellow look, but since this is a yellow eyeshadow, it's a bit, like it has a green flip to it, so I didn't want to put it all over my lid. But I did want to put it under my lower lash line just to include it and get that last use in. So this is an item that will be rolling out of this project, and I will be picking something new for it. The next 2 products that I rolled in 2 months ago, and the first one of those is a cream product, and I decided to go with my LYS cream blush in the shade Confident. This is one of the higher standard satin matte cream blushes in the shade Confident. So with this one, I have a usage goal again of 15, and this is what it looked like last month. I had used it to that point 6 times, and since then I have reached for this one 4 additional times, and this is what it looks like today. So I can definitely see that it's getting a bit more use, which is really nice to see. And I have hit 10 out of my 15 uses. I'm actually wearing this one today. I'm wearing this one and the next product, so I might talk through it when I go through that product, but I'm wearing quite a light base, and this has been a go-to for me for the last 2 months when I've been working on these 2 products, and I really love it, especially when it's warm, and today is quite a hot day, so I've been enjoying this base. But this one is staying in for 1 more month, and I'm hoping this one will be out next month because I only have 5 more uses on it. The next product I rolled in for the prompt, something that reminds you of summer, and this is another cream product. That is the Milk Makeup bronze stick or bronzer stick in the shade Baked, which is the classic. This is the old version, which is the really big one. But yeah, I've been working on this one. So my goal with this product is actually quite a lot higher than the blush. I rolled this one in with a 30 use goal. And in the first update, I reached for this one 9 times. And since then, I have reached for it 14 additional times for a total of 23 uses. So I only have 7 more uses to go. So again, I'm assuming this one is going to be one that's going to be out next month. But I'm going to keep working on it. And the way that we're enjoying this one is like today, I'm wearing this one, and sometimes I use the blush with it, sometimes I don't. So I put this one on like my perimeter on my face, so like on my forehead, on my temples, and like a little bit on my cheeks, as well as on my nose. So I apply that there. Then if I go in with a cream blush, I apply that like right here, which is what I did today. And then I pair that with a concealer, which I actually only put like around on my chin. Sometimes if I have a little bit more like breakouts or pigmentation, a little bit here, but usually not, like I'm not doing that today. And then around my nose. And then I start blending everything in. I start with the concealer, blending that in, going into the like blush and the bronzer, and then I blend everything in. So I have a very like low layer of makeup. I'm not wearing foundation on the majority of our face. Again, only like in this area here. And then when everything's blended, I just go in with my concealer under my eyes and stuff. And with that, I can also like kind of like mute down the cheeks and the bronzer if I need to, if it's been too kind of intense. But that's how I've been loving using this, especially in summer, like I said, because it creates quite a light base. So I'm sure that I will do that a few more times next month. And again, I've been really enjoying it. So I'm sure both of these products can be out next month. So the second to last product that we have is something that I wrote in for represents a different project. And I decided to go with the pan in every palette project. So I decided to pick a palette that I did not yet have pan on and choose an eyeshadow from there to hit pan on. So what I decided to go with was my Kaleidos Sashimi City palette, which is one that is somewhat new to me. I picked it up end of last year, and I decided to start working on the shade Penthouse. So if I have a picture, this is what Penthouse looked like last month. At that point, I had used it 8 times, and this is what this eyeshadow is today. As you might be able to see, that I do have a small pan showing. I'm very, very excited about that. So I did manage to hit my goal on it, and it took me an additional 8 uses this past month for a total of 16 to hit pan on this eyeshadow, which is very, very exciting. I absolutely love this palette. I love it so much. I mentioned this one in so many videos. This is like one of the highest ranking palettes from the video that I did ranking all of my No Pan Left Behind palettes. It's a perfect like 6 pan palette that's just good to travel with. You can create a really nice effortless look. And yes, you can't create too many different looks, but you still have a little bit of variety. You have like 2 crease shades, 2 deepening up shades, and 2 really beautiful shimmer shades. So I absolutely love this, and I'm glad that it now has some love. And I've been absolutely loving working on that eyeshadow too. It was really, really easy as like a topper shadow or as an in the corner. So yeah, it was quite easy to pan on it, even though it took 2 months. So the last product that we have is something, I can't remember what I rolled this one in for. This has also been in for 2 months now. I think it might have been Product Graveyard. No, I know what it was. It was Focus, or it was like the prompt that is getting your kind of focus back. So focusing on your year-long goals. So if you had any planning goals for the year, choose a product that kind of helps you get back into those goals and maybe help you get closer to them. So one of my goals this year is to finish 20 eyeshadows. I'm very behind on that, but I'm working on it. So I decided to go with an eyeshadow that I was close to finishing and to put in the goal to finish. So I had my Omega eyeshadow from MAC, which was very, very close to being finished. I actually repressed it into this tiny, tiny, tiny pan. I don't know if you can see, like comparing it to like a regular sized pan, you can see how small it is. So I repressed this one and I wanted to finish it. And the first month it was in the project, I used it 23 times. And this is what it looked like after those 23 uses. Since then, I did not have much left at all, and it took me 9 additional uses to finish this product up completely. So 32 uses in this project to finish, and this one will also be replaced. I'm very, very happy to have another eyeshadow finished. Again, it was a simple eyeshadow for me to reach for. This eyeshadow was one that I reached for in my eyebrows. It was a perfect eyebrow shade for me. Once I finish up a few more things, I might repurchase this one as an eyebrow shade because it's the best one that I've found. It's not like too brown, it's not too red tone, it's not too like taupey. It's just like the perfect, like it's not too deep either. It's just like the perfect cool toned, like light brown, slightly taupey shade. But again, it's the happy medium between like the taupe and the brown. And it's like light enough to work really, really well, and I won't go overboard. So I love this eyeshadow. And again, I might repurchase as a brow powder, not maybe as an eyeshadow, but as a brow powder in the future. But I have a lot of eyeshadows to go through, so I will continue working on eyeshadows that will work for my brows for now. And then in the future, I might repurchase this one. But that is the next product and the last product. So we have 3 products rolling out. So we have the Cleon eyeshadow, the Kaleidos palette, and the MAC eyeshadow in Omega rolling out. So we have 3 new prompts that need to be drawn. So I have my deck of cards right here. I'm going to shuffle them quickly, and then we're going to head and pick 3 new cards. So I do have my deck of cards here now, and it's been shuffled. I'm going to cut it one more time just to be safe. And we're going to go ahead and pick 3 cards. I always pick from the top, so let's see what I get. We got the Ace of Spades. That's the first one. I will look at them later to see what they are. The second card is going to be 6 of Clubs. Then for the third and final card, we get, what is that? 7 of Hearts. So let me see what those are, and I will be right back. So I'm back, and I've looked up what the prompts are, and I picked out some products. So the first card we have is the Ace. I said Ace of Spades, but it's clearly a club. I don't know why I said that. I think it's because in the monitor, it just looks like a spade. I don't know, especially like the little symbol. Anyway, I went in and I picked out something for this. And the black ace is actually the same as what I just rolled out, which is Focus. So I went back a little bit to figure out what I wanted to bring in, because I have a couple of goals this year. One of them, like I already mentioned, is to finish 20 eyeshadows. I also want to hit 50 pans, which I will for sure do. I'm already really, really close to that goal. And then I also have one goal that is to use all my eyeshadows as well as all my blushes and lipsticks this year, which I'm working on. And then the final goal I have is £1,000 worth of makeup empties. So what I decided to go with is something to support the last goal, which is £1,000 worth of makeup empties. So I decided to roll in something that I can finish in this project. And what I decided to go with is the Maybelline Instant Anti-Aging Perfector 4-in-1 makeup. As you can see, I don't have too much left of this one. I actually got this from my friend Martina. She was decluttering it from her collection. This is in the shade Fair Light. I think I should be able to finish this one. I mean, yeah, this is not an expensive product, so it won't give too much monetary value to my total, like, the empties pile, but I still feel like any empties will help, and I just want to roll in something that I feel like I can easily finish. So that's why I decided to go with this one. I really do like this product, but I also do have the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, which I feel like is quite similar to this, which I would prefer to use. So that's why I'm going to roll this one in to finish. So the second product that I rolled in was for the Six of Clubs, and this one was City. So for the City, I immediately thought of a specific product. I actually thought about this product earlier today because I was thinking about my NYX lip creams, you know, the ones I'm panning on at the moment in Antwerp, which is also City, and they obviously have City kind of themes to their products, but there was one specific shade that I have been thinking about today that I was like, oh, I should wear that again. I love that shade. So rolling this one in, it was an easy choice to roll what I decided to roll in. And the shade that I decided to go with is in the shade London. And obviously I live in London, so it's also like a double meaning. But yeah, this is the shade London, as you can see right there. So that is the City kind of connection to the prompt. It is just a nice kind of browny, nudie kind of shade. I mean, it's not super brown, but it's like a peachy brown. It's quite brown. And it's like one of my favorite nudes. I love this lip product a lot. So I was thinking what I want to put as a goal with this. I'm not going to try to finish it because I don't know how much is left in here. And also I'm working on a few other products that I want to finish. So I think what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to put a use goal of maybe 50 on this. It's quite a high goal still. And I count one use as like one reapplication. So for example, if I put this on in the morning and I reapply at lunch, that's 2 uses in a day. So I think 50 should be fine. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll in that shade, like I said, right there, with a goal of 50. Also to note, I almost rolled in the Paris Edit palette from Visyart for No Pan Left Behind for this prompt. But yeah, I decided not to, mainly because of the next prompt, which I will talk about in a second, but also because I'm maybe planning to put that into my No Pan Left Behind, which should be my next video up actually. But I haven't decided yet. So I'm skipping that for now, but that would also have been a good product for the City prompt. So for the Seven of Hearts, which was the last card, it was this time last year. And I had to look this one up because I wasn't sure if that was like something you panned last year or what that meant, but it's something that you brought into your collection this time last year. So about a year ago, exactly, something you brought in. And I am lucky in the sense that I am doing a beauty budget, so I do have all of my purchases documented from last year and this year. So I could look at like what I purchased. And in August specifically, I only made one purchase, which was from Cleona. I picked up some stained glass singles. I think it was that the expansion? It must have been. But expansion shades, I think. And I also put it up like a highlighter. But I don't think I got that until maybe September or like very, very late August. But something that I know for sure that I got in August, that I also feel like it's going to be better to roll in because it's something that is more feasible and something that I can also reach for quite easily, is an item from the Christmas in July sale from Sydney Grace. Because obviously that sale happened at the end of July, but I know for a fact that I didn't get the products until at least a week or two into August. So that's what I decided to go with this. And what I decided to go with from that sale specifically is my California Coast palette, which is this one right here. I got this as a free gift with purchase, but it's a beautiful palette and I haven't reached for it much. It's like a rosy toned nude palette, and yeah, it's a really, really beautiful one. So I decided to go with this one, and what I want to do with this palette is I want to reach for it No Pan Left Behind. I think that's going to be quite easy, but I think it's a good way to get to know the palette better. If I reach for it more than once per shade, that's amazing. But that's going to be my goal with this eyeshadow palette, is to reach for every single shade in here at least once, and then I can roll it out. And that's also, by the way, why I didn't decide to go with the Visyart Paris Edit palette, because again, it would have been 2 eyeshadow palettes. And also, I mean, the shades aren't the same, but these are like rosy leaning, so they have like a little bit of a pinker undertone. and I know the Viseart palette is more of a mauve palette, so again, pinkier undertones. So for a little bit more variety, I decided to go with the lip cream instead. So those are the swatches of the palette. It's a little bit awkward because I put the lip cream right there, but that's the first ones, and then you have 2 here and 2 here. So that is the shades that I'm going to work on. Also, don't mind if the eyeshadows look a bit weird, but I used loads of swatches on my hand. So my hand is really, really dry and a bit irritated, so it's not swatching the best, but those are the shades that I'm going to work on. And that is going to be my update for my deck of panning. I really, really hope you enjoyed this video. And again, make sure to check out Emily. She will be linked down below. Give her some love. And otherwise, I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.